Hello friends, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. And in previous video, we have seen how we roll back the mistakenly deleted the data, duplicate data by using the identity insert column. So there are three important things and the three important learning for us that we are going to understand in this video. So let me share my screens and I will show you practically how it works actually. So if you remember, right, there's two tables, right? Select customer tables and order details table. So these are the three records, right, that we have deleted mistakenly, right? Because we considered this first name, last name, and email ID, three columns, right? And based on these three records, we assumed it's a duplicate records and we delete it. But then we understand that the phone number is different, right? So that's why we have to roll back these records. And with the help of identity insert, we have, reverted this record, inserted again with the same customer ID, right? So it matches with the customer ID ordered in order details also, right? So there's some customer IDs. So now the data is consistent, right? So sorry. So one of the most important and first things that we understand from this session is that this is my customer ID is my parent table and order detail is my child table. So there is always a relationship between the parent and child, right? So if I go and delete the data from the customer table, it should not allow me to delete the records because there is a relationship between the parent and child. But in this case, it's not allowed me to, it's not given me that error and it deleted the records. That definitely means there is no foreign key constant on the order detail tables, right? So even when my senior asked me that, how it get deleted, there should be some relations. So I said to them that definitely there is no foreign key on the child table. So let me show you. Okay, right click, just go here, create a new query window, and you can see that definitely this is my customer ID tables. And here is the catch: there is no any foreign key available on this customer ID table. And now you might be get the question, you might be worrying, right? Wondering, right? So how it is possible in this project, how this get missed? Okay, so first of all, I would like to tell you guys, right? So when you are working in the big company, big projects, product based companies, there's thousands and thousands of tables out there. Okay, it's not only simple applications like customer and order details. Okay, so it's a big applications, big projects. You have to always work under pressures, or sometimes you have the tight deadlines, you have to deliver the things. So from the functional points, it's working absolutely fine. Okay, there is no issue, right? So I have the customer ID in customer tables, and that customer ID is working up as a foreign key in my order details tables. Only they don't put that constraint. Okay, but functionally it's working fine. But when it comes to the functionality like deleting some records or inserting some records, so avoiding that invalid or inconsistent data, you must need the constraint. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, so we understand that this get missed actually. So we are in process to add that foreign key constant on the child table. Okay, so this is what the first learning, right? There should be a primary key and foreign key constant. Okay, so that it should not allow me to delete the records from the master table or parent tables, and at the same time it should not allow me to add any invalid data into the order details, right? Because there should be some strong relationship between the customer and order detail tables, right? So let's go ahead and create the foreign key for the order details. So okay, so before that I want to show you, okay, if there's no order details, there's a two problems, right? If there's no foreign key on, there is no foreign key. Okay, if no foreign key on order details table, there's two problems. It will mess up with both the tables. First is that it will allow delete the records, allow deletion of records from customer table. Okay, and I'm extremely sorry for the background noise. Okay, so it allow you to delete the records from the customer tables because there is no foreign key. And second problem is that you can add any entry in customer in order details table, okay? So in order detail tables irrespective of customer ID, right? So this is my select star from order details. So let's say I have only these customers, right? 13. But let me go and show you what is the problem with this. Okay, now if I go into the order details table, okay, let's say I'm going to the order details table, and if I'm adding one customers which customer ID is a 20. Okay, actually this customer ID 20 is not available, right? Anyways, in my database, right? In my customer table, but still it's allowing me to add this. Okay, so you can see, right, this is invalid data. This data doesn't make any sense, right? So this is what we call it. It's inconsistent data. Okay, there is no data integrity. Okay, so these are the two problems. If you don't have the foreign key, it will allow you to delete the records from the customer table, parent tables. Also, it will allow you to insert any data, inconsistent, invalid data. Okay, so to solve these two problems, what we are going to do is that we are going to add a foreign key constraint for this order details table. Okay, so you have seen, right, this order detail, order customer ID don't have that foreign key constraint. Okay, so before we go that, first let's delete this invalid data, otherwise it will give error to us, right? So before we create a foreign key, there should be a correct data, right? There should not be any orphan data available in my order details tables, right? So I have to delete first this invalid data, right? So what I can do, so just go ahead and delete delete from order details. Okay, uh, where customer ID is equal to 20, right? This was the data we have created, right? So let's delete that data first, otherwise we will get the error. Okay, now, okay, before delete this, let's try to create that foreign key and you'll understand that. Okay, so there are the two options, right? There's a two way to create the foreign key constraint. When there is a new tables that you are creating at the time of this create table schema. Okay, so how we can create, this is my customer ID integer null, and here you can mention like this, right? Foreign key and references to, let's say this is references to my customer table, and in that customer table it is referencing references to my customer ID column. Okay, so this is how you can create a table. This is how you can add this foreign key constraint when you are creating a fresh schema, fresh table. And now in my scenario, in our scenario, there is already table is available, right? So how we can do this, right? So also you have to make this as a not null, because it should not be it should not allow null value for this customer ID, right? So how we can do this, right? So alter, let's say alter table. Okay, and this is my table name, right? Alter table name, add constraint, and I'm giving constraint name as a foreign key underscore customer underscore order details. Okay, and I'm foreign foreign key, and foreign key on which for this table I for this table I have to create a foreign key on this customer ID, correct? Sorry, and that is references to, okay, that is references to my customer table. And let me take from the schema here only, right? This is my customer table and this is my customer ID. Okay, so you just pointing to this customer table and for this customer ID, right? So that's it. Okay, so why I'm getting this here, references. Okay, so let me give the bracket here, and now my job is done. I don't have to explicitly put the name of the table name here, right? Because I'm doing this for this table only, alter table this, so I don't have to put my table name here, right? Because we are doing for this table only, order details tables, and we are giving the references from this customer table. That's why I have to mention my table name here, right? And this is my uh, column from this customer, which is going to be foreign key in this table. Okay, makes sense. Now let's go and try to delete these records. Okay, now you are getting the here, right? The alter table statements, foreign key, the conflict with the customer table and for the customer ID. Now the problem is that, as I said, when you are going to do a foreign key relationship, so this data should be, that data should be consistent, right? In that case only it will go and create this. So these are my 13 customers, right? So I have data for all these 13 customers, but what about this 20, which is invalid data, right? This orphan record. So I have to delete this first. Okay, so let's go and delete these two records and now then try to create this schema again, and let's see what happens. Okay, now executes command executed successfully. And that's the power of that primary key and foreign key. It will not allow you to add any inconsistent data, and if you have the inconsistent data, it will not allow you to add a foreign key. Okay, so that is the power of this for primary key, foreign key, and this is how it forces that constraint. This is how it forces that rule on database, so there will be no any invalid data, there will be no any inconsistency into the data. Okay, so this was the first session. This was the first learning for us, right? There should be primary key and foreign key. You should not only assume there is a relationship between, you have to forcefully add that constraint. Okay, and these were the first things that we are about to fix in our database as well, and this is what the biggest learning for us. Okay, the primary key and foreign key should be there, and second thing is that you can find out if there is any inconsistent or meaningless data. You can go and delete that records. Okay, but before that you have to take confirmations from the senior managements and clients. Okay, if there's any inconsistent data, that meaningless data, like, right, I have shown to you, right, that the customer ID 20 is not available, right? So keeping this data doesn't make any sense. So in our database there's millions of records, right? So if that data is meaningless data, so if I can remove this data and I can save some space, right, for organization, right? So this is the second things that we learn from it. Okay, and third, and the very very important part that we have learned. Okay, and this is what even I suggested to my senior before we deleting this. I asked them, instead of deleting this, let's go and just make a flag as a, so just instead of hard delete, let's go and do some soft delete. So what is soft delete? That instead of deleting that row permanently from that table, instead of that, just go and mark this column as inactive, right? So inactive, so this column always in databases that is active, just mark this as a 0 and your job is done actually. So let me show you practically how it works actually. Okay, so let's imagine the same scenario here. That's my customer and order details table. So let's go. Okay, and how hard and soft delete works, that I will show you. Okay, so select the star from customer. Okay, sorry. So now from this, I want to delete these records, but last time we deleted these records mistakenly because we consider this first name, last name, and EMI, right? Sorry, email. And this time, so we'll consider phone number as well, and we'll check if there is any, because for Ravi Patel, two records is there, but email ID is also same, but phone number is different, right? Here is also phone number is different, but I can see, I think for Ankit Sharma, I think mobile phone number is same. So I think this is a valid entry which we can going to delete, which we can go and delete. But before that, we have to add one column here, right, for customer table, that active and inactive. So by default, there is always is active column is available on main tables in productions and whenever you're working on corporate level projects. So for this, now let me add column. Okay, alter table customer, add column, and sorry, not required column name is active, let's say bit, and I'm adding default value for this as, let's say by default it will be active. Okay, so if I'm inserting any records, by default it will be active, and I want to mark this as inactive, then I have to add the update statement. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Execute. Perfect. Now if I go and select from this, okay, so I can see that is active a white skip as a null. I given the default value 1 for this. uh Not null. Let's see. Column name in each table must be unique, and okay. Alter column. If I go again, it will give me the error because there's some cannot insert null value null into the column is active, because this column does not allow the null, and update fails because already there's some null values available, right, in this customer, right? So that's why it's not allowing me to do that not null, because first I have to make this update this first, and then I can go and do this update not null. Okay, so let's go update. Oh, come on. update customer. Okay, and let's set is active equal to 1. Okay, so it will update all the records to 1. Okay, done. If I go and do a select star from, I can see all of my records are active is equal to 1, right? So if I go and do this alter column is active bit and not null, so it will now working fine. Okay, right? So that's fine. Okay, now let's go and try to delete the duplicate records from this customer table. So imagine this is what the scenario you have, let's say in Amazon database, and you have the thousands of records you find out. Okay, millions of customers available, and let's say you got the requirement that, hey, there's this 10 records. Okay, for go ahead and into the finder in the customer table, that for these 10 customers, find out if there is any duplicate records and try to delete this. But this times we will not the make mistake that, we will not only consider these three tables, these three columns, we will consider the four columns. Okay, so go ahead and do something like this, select star and okay, number row number over mm, over. Okay, yeah, here I will give the partition by first name, last name, email and phone. Okay, and order by customer ID. Okay, and that is ascending order. So I always want to keep my first latest record. Let's say in this case Ravi Patel, and Ravi Patel is duplicate. I want to keep older record as my original records, and I want to delete the latest records. Okay, the same way for 2 and 12 and 3 for 13. But this time we have considered the phone number as well. So let's see how many duplicate records here. Okay, so select star from this and where sorry, from customer. Okay, and let's execute. Okay, order by customer ID. Okay, now you can see that 11111. Okay, now you can see that for this Ravi Patel, and this is not duplicate now because the mobile number is different. Sneha IR also not duplicate because there is mobile number is not mobile number is different. But for Ankit Sharma case, you can see that this is the valid duplicate record, right? Correct, because the mobile number is different. That's why we got a 2 for this, right, for this rank. Okay, so now we can go ahead and delete these records, right? So as I said, first I will populate this into my temp table, right? If whatever the data that I'm deleting, so I have to keep that data into one of the physical table as a logging part. But in the as a part of logging, right? So it will always helpful for you, to figure out, to track what are the records I have deleted, what are the records I have updated. So let's create that table, drop table. Okay, if exist, let's say I'm seeing this as a logging. Okay, no, duplicate customer data fix underscore logging. Okay, so here is my data, and that data I'm going to delete, right? Select a star from. Okay, so let me do this drop table if exist hash temp, right? And let me add this data here. Right now my, okay, oh sorry, I have to add into, and my this table is created now, temp table is created, right? Okay, and then go ahead and do something like that, select star from temp where rank is greater than 1. So all these will be your duplicate records. Okay, so I got this 13 as my duplicate records, and now I want to delete these records, right? So before delete this, I will keep this as a logging part for me, right? Select star into duplicate logging from this. Okay, now I got this is infected records. Now I go ahead and update my customer table. Okay, from customer tables, right? Update customer C join. This is my temp table, right? T on C dot. Let's select the star from, right? C dot customer ID is equal to what I will say, T dot customer ID, right? And T dot rank is greater than 1, of course, right? So if I go and select, I will get this one records. Now this is the customer ID that's I'm going to delete from the customer table, right? But I'm still safe because I have this data logged into my table. So anytime I can do rollback for this with the help of identity insert column, right? So let's go ahead and delete this. Okay, delete C. Okay, delete C. That means I'm deleting from customer table, and I'm just taking this join to figure out all these customer IDs. Those are duplicates, right? So let's go ahead and delete. So as I said, always do a best practice that go with the begin transaction and delete and check if that's giving you the expected result sets. Oh, okay, so it's saying the delete statement. Okay, so foreign key reference is there, right? So as I said, right, so if there is foreign key relationship between them, it will not allow you to delete the records, right? So this is what the first learning for us, right? So if now let's say this is valid scenario, right? So I want to delete these records from the customer table, but there is some foreign key relationship between in the order details. And now what should I do in this case to delete this from the customer table? So before that, you have to go and you have to delete this entry from order details, and then you can delete it from customer tables. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, delete from order details where customer ID in. Okay, I am writing some simple statement, just to understand purpose. So I have to take from temp table, right? Select customer ID from temp, right? Where, no, where rank is equal to 1. So I will get all this duplicate. I will get all the customer IDs. Those are duplicate, right? So first I will go, the 13 is right. So first I will go and delete from the order details. Sounds good. Now I go and, so you have to always keep this statement on top of this. And then let's go and delete, and it should allow, right? Perfect. Now it's get deleted from customer table. Wow, sounds good. Okay, now let's go and do from the select star from customer. Okay, that records got deleted. Oh my bad. Actually, we have to update this record, right? So, oh. Okay, good. So rollback tran. This is what the importance of the rollback tran. Okay, this is how it will helpful for you. Okay, I have rollback my transactions. So I am sounds good. Okay. Uh, so I run the second time also rollback time. That's why I got this error, because there is no corresponding begin transaction. So we are good. Okay, so this is what the importance of begin transactions. Now, if I go and do a select star from customers, I got this customer ID here. Okay, so we are safe still. So instead of deleting this, what we'll do, instead of deleting, we'll update this C. Okay, update C, and set C dot is active. I'm not getting this column still because my cache is not refreshed. So what we can do, go to the edit intelligence and go to refresh local cache. Okay, now I should get this is active. Okay, perfect. So where is equal to 0, and I'm done this time. Sounds good. I haven't used the begin transactions, okay, this time, but make sure you have to use these begin transactions always as a good practice. Okay, and this will help you in case you made any mistakes. It will help you, to uh, roll back this. Okay, now just do the commit transaction and your job is done. Sounds good. Now let's go and do a select star from customer. Now you can see that I just made a soft deletes. In first video we have deleted these records. So to insert again these records with the same identity columns, we have to do identity insert on, get that records from the logging tables and insert into is this, right? But this time you just have to make sure that instead of deleting, you just go ahead and do a soft delete, and sounds it will help you. Let's say now imagine that based on these four columns you have make the decision that this is duplicate. But let's say tomorrow might be mistakenly you get deleted these records, maybe one more columns are there and that you have not considered. You or your team members or your seniors might be, you don't understand, you might be not aware about that business scenario. And maybe then customer ask you, okay, the client ask you, hey, why you deleted this record? Because of this, it's creating problem for us. It's actually not a duplicate record. There is some extra column, maybe let's say PAN number or other card or whatever, and these two are different. Even their mobile number is, ideally it should not be because mobile number also unique, but I'm just giving you the heads up, just giving you the idea. Okay, so in case I want to roll back this, it's very simple for me, right? I just have to go ahead, okay, and how I can roll back this, right? So it's very simple, right? So I will use the same thing, okay, here. And instead of this, I will use this logging table, right? Because that temp table will not be available for me, because this table will be the part of this session only, right? So I will go here and I will just write this as right, and this is not required. So from this logging tables, I will do a join with that customers and I will mark this as active and my job is done. Again, I will use begin transaction here. Okay, just to have good practice. It should update one record only, right? So, perfect. And now I will go and do a commit transactions. It should work. Perfect. Okay, sounds good. Now let's go and do a selection from customers. It's so easy for me, to roll back the transactions. Sounds good. I think you have enjoyed this video, and yeah, these are the three sessions for us. Always remember there should be a primary key and foreign key between the tables. When you understand the data, just go and check there should be a primary key and foreign key constraint in between them. If there is no, first delete the inconsistent data or correct the inconsistent data with master child parent child relationship. Correct the data or delete the invalid records or orphan records. Then go and create foreign key and foreign primary key and foreign key relationship between them. And third is always remembers, don't delete the records hard delete from your database. Always go and do a soft delete first, okay, and make them as is active 0. And maybe after 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, if you think that things are working fine, then you can add one more cleanup activity where you can go and delete that is active records from all the database level. You can create one custom logic. You can check in all the tables, or what are the is active records, since how long they are pending, how long they are there, maybe 3 months or maybe 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, and based on that you can write logic to delete them. Okay, so maybe in future videos we'll see on that part as well. Okay, so how to do the cleanup of the inactive records. But initially, to fix the any duplicate records or some things, whenever you are going to delete, just make sure, give a second thought that instead of deleting them, just try to do a soft delete. Okay, and that will help you to your it will make your rollback job very easy. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and just make sure, okay, to subscribe to my channel, give me thumbs up so that I will get the more motivations to create more videos. Don't forget to comment how are you enjoying this video, are you learning from me, and that will really give me a more confidence, and that will inspire me to create more content for you guys. And uh, this is what I love to teach you, okay, with all the real-time scenarios that I'm facing in my organizations, in my job, that I would love to share with you guys. So please stay in touch, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And at the same time, if you want any more topics, just give me let me know in the comment box. Also, if you want to connect with me, if you want to learn more from me, okay, so you can fill one registration form that I will give into the description box or maybe in the comment box. Okay, and we can connect and we can grow and we can learn together. Okay, thank you so much guys for watching my video. See you in the next video. Till then, take care and do SQL practice hard, and this is how you will get more confidence. Okay, take care. Bye bye.